So before I begin to speak about the study material which we have at Ascendance Academy, let me take a privilege of having Mr. Sumit Vats with us. I hope you all know, because repeatedly I have been speaking about the founder of this academy, Mr. Sumit Vats. Sir is JRF in 4 subjects. Sir is basically an MBA. He has qualified as JRF in commerce, even management, HRM and labor welfare, and even political science. And sir has qualified his UPSC civil services exam. And now sir is working as a bureaucrat in one of the departments in government. I really heartily welcome Mr. Sumit Vats. He is my mentor, and I was the student of this academy already. I have introduced you in that manner only. And I'll be glad if Sumit sir speaks something on this screen with us today. And it will be really of our privilege to have him and know few words from him. Sir is with us. Sir, it will be really great if you speak something. You have to unmute, sir. Sir is sitting in his office. Yeah.
Actually, I'm sitting in my office, and this is quite a surprise for me that you asked me to speak. But thank you, Geeta, for taking Ascendance to such a level. I hope everybody who has attended this course would have liked each and every faculties that we have introduced. Secondly, from my part, I would say that UGC NET is the most easiest exam to crack. As per my experience, being a civil servant, I feel that this is the easiest exam to crack. Just focus on 3 things: that you cover the syllabus as much as possible. Don't go for overall completion. Everybody has some strengths. I had some strengths, like for example, for me, my paper 1 was very, very strong. Every time I used to give this exam, I used to score 40 or 42 out of 50. So in that also, I had some areas like my LR was very good. My political science at that point of time, it used to be there. Research methodologies were very good. So there, whatever my strengths were, I always made it sure that I got full marks in them. So that is the same thing I would request all of you, that make it sure that whatever your strengths are, don't go for overall completion that I should know IT, I should know everything. You would not be able to score that much. Focus on your core areas. Identify your cores. For example, this is commerce. The topic is commerce. In commerce, I was little weak in accounting. I was little weak in income tax. So I never bothered about them. I had a basic knowledge of them. But when it came to marketing, HRM, and other subjects like business environment, when it came to those subjects, I always scored better than an average person. So keep it in mind that there has to be certain core areas for you. For any competitive exam, I've cleared UPSC, I've cleared so many exams. The one thing I've realized by cracking them is you have to identify your core areas and try to make it sure that you don't go for overall thing that I should know everything. By doing that, you will end up doing a lot of things and you will not master any particular thing. So just make it sure for UGC NET, you only need 70% score. For JRF, I believe. For NET, it must have gone down. I believe it's 60%, right? I have not followed it up. The moment I joined UPSC, like a government job, so I have disassociated myself from Ascendance as my job requires. So just that is the one thing. Always remember that you for cracking UGC NET, you have to identify your core areas, focus on them, and make it sure any question comes from those areas, you are able to answer them. So my first strategy would be that. Second would be to go for good quality notes. You could do it yourself by reading all kind of books like Philip Kotler, or for economics, there are so many books. Or you can buy our notes, like Geeta and I have, these are our notes. We have worked very hard. Out of that, we are giving you notes. Just try to ensure that you know you read line by line. You make your own notes out of them also. Just make, because I always, what I used to do, I always made my handwritten notes out of any notes. Like for example, Geeta is very famous for her handwritten notes. She can share some PDFs with you also. So go for your handwritten notes, because those things you always remember in exam, what you have written by your own hand. So make it sure that you go for your handwritten notes. And third would be to practice as many MCQs as possible. Because if you want to be a JRF, if you want to crack JRF, for JRF you need to do the MCQs. And that fear of cracking the answering MCQs, the confusion can be overcome by actually practicing as many MCQs as possible. So this is what I used to do. I would practice MCQs. For example, my first attempt was management. I was planning to give this management UGC net. So while planning for this management, I did questions from I did management questions, but I also tried commerce questions. So simultaneously, this actually helped me crack both the exams. So the wider knowledge, it gave me that confidence that I can actually handle these questions. So practice those questions. That would help you. Thirdly, revise thrice. For any UPSC topper or anybody would tell you one thing: you have to revise thrice, so that when you in the examination you would not face any sort of confusion. For example, there is somebody ask you, when was RBI founded? Okay, there are many options. Somebody 1934, 1948, 49, 50. So in order to reduce this confusion, if you have read RBI topic thrice, you will know that RBI was founded in 1934. So as a private bank. So in order to overcome these confusions, you should revise at least thrice. If you revise thrice, these kind of confusions would not come in the exam, come in your mind when it comes to exam. So these are 3-4 my own strategies. I was not expected, like Geeta just invited me to see the book launch. I was not thinking that I have to speak, but these are 3-4 things which comes to my mind that I always advised my earlier students. Some of them are JRFs, some of them have gone for like as they have joined as assistant professors doing PhDs. So I always advise them these 3-4 strategies. Focus on your core areas, try to master them. Don't go for overall complete. Don't go for, you cannot master all topics. Second is revision at least thrice. If you revise thrice, you will be able to crack it, and you will be able to perform better than others. Third is this good quality notes. If you have good quality notes, you can make it yourself, or you can study from Ascendance material. I can guarantee you one thing, that at Ascendance we have worked very hard on notes. If you would go through those notes, you will see that a particular book has been summarized into minimum possible. Not, we have tried to keep it as minimum and as possible. So you don't have to read a book. For example, if you read our marketing notes, you need not read Kotler. So this is how we have done. Fourthly, revise and practice as many MCQs as possible. If you could practice good quantity of MCQs, you will be able to crack the UGC net. And try some test series also. We do conduct tests also, and try to see where do you stand in terms of your competitors. So these are 3-4 strategies that would actually help you crack UGC net in first attempt itself. For JRF, you need to study, you need to put in a lot more effort. For example, I always said that cracking UGC net is easy. For me, it's easy, but for others also it's easy. But if you study 3-4 hours daily, if you have revised those topics 3 to 4 times, I don't think JRF is very difficult. JRF is also achieved. So with these words, I'm sorry, I was not expecting myself to be introduced to you all. But with these words, I would request, I hope that I was not boring. I tried to unleash whatever I knew. It's been time when I left teaching students, but I'll request, just focus on these 3-4 strategies. I'm always there on mail, or even you can message to Geeta, I'll reply your queries. But just try to focus on these 4 strategies for UGC net. UGC net is achievable. There is nothing like it, and it's a very good career option. Teaching actually is something that you would not regret. I've seen my students who, like, when I started teaching in 2016, I had my students who were working as housewives, who did their MBAs in 2012, and they had children and they still managed. We used to take classes in the 5 in the morning. Now she is doing her PhD from IIT Delhi, and she gives all her credit to me. I think it's a very good job, and she was able to look after her child, and she's also giving time to her PhD. So it's a very good option. With this, we can call this blessing in disguise, because of this COVID and all. With this lot of e-learning which has started, it would give you time for your family as well, and it is a very good career option. But don't waste your years preparing for UGC net. I have seen 4 of my, not my students, but people I know who have been trying UGC net for 3-4 years, then they barely make it to UGC net. Aim for something, clear it in first or second attempt. That's it. For me, I would say clear it in first attempt and look for other things, because UGC net is only a stepping stone. Then you have to apply for PhD. There are a lot of things which actually goes on. For example, people in Haryana, they have this assistant professor jobs, which is coming up, and it's a very good opportunity for ladies, for girls, for males also. That there is a job called as assistant professor. For that, you need to be UGC net. Prepare. If you are UGC net, you have to give an exam, and then there is a direct interview. If you crack that interview, you become a full-time assistant professor, and it's a best job. You get posted in Haryana only. It doesn't matter whether you are a PhD or not. If you have cleared UGC net, you are eligible. If you score well in the written, you have, that has 85% weightage. Then 50%, 15% weightage is given to the interview. So there are opportunities, but for which stepping stone is only UGC net. So have a right strategy, have a focused mind. You will be able to clear. That's all I can say. A lot of people have cleared, but try to believe your mentor. Like I, I when I was planning to, when I was preparing for UPSC, there were a lot of institutes, a lot of people giving all kind of suggestions. But I had one mentor in mind. I trusted him, and I went according to strategy and cracked it. Similarly, in case of UGC net, Geeta believed me, and she was not so, she was studious, but she was not very. She believed me. She believed me, and finally she cracked it. And I, matlab, on the day of the exam, she was not very confident, but when she came out of that exam hall, she was very happy, very satisfied, and she cracked it. A lot of students have this curiosity. For that, you can always give tests. You'll be delivering with test also, I believe. So that is all I want to say. Focus, make an aim that you have to crack. For that, you need 3 to 4 hours. You have ample time now. Just deliver, just get it done. in case you are looking for a teaching as a job, UGC net is must. And if you crack it in first attempt, your most of your problems would be solved. You can focus on your PhD and other things. Even if you're not planning teaching as an option, then also you can keep it as an option. Even in future, when you feel that, yeah, I think teaching is something you can always fall back and you can start. So this is something I would suggest. Don't waste your years, don't waste your time. There are 3 4 strategies that I have, 3 4 focus areas or strategies that I've suggested. Just follow them. A lot many people have succeeded. I personally got succeeded. Geeta succeeded. Lot many others have succeeded. So I'll request you to follow that strategy. And I'm sorry, I was not prepared. I was not expecting the Geeta fooled me to actually.
Well,
I'm
having
sitting
you
in my
on
office.
having you on screen and not listening you, it will be like, oh, it's not,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
something
yeah.
we can't do
Geeta
that.
actually fooled me. But I thank you so much, guys, for listening to me, and I hope this course would add value to your preparation. And for any queries and anything, Ascendance is always there for you. And we really wish we will actually come up with some add up some test or something, and we'll make it sure that you succeed this time. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would request Geeta to
Thank you
take
so much,
this
sir.
forward.
If I
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much
Thank
for your kind words and for
you.
your
Yeah.
motivation as always.
Hmm.
So thank you so much. There are lot many messages from students for you that I will
Yeah.
just share. This feeling energetic. I'll just read for
Okay.
a second.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for motivation. You are truly inspiring. Glad to hear from you. Uh,
Hmm.
there are many more messages. Thank you, sir. Listening your words are precious thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
There are many more messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now I just take over. Sir, mute, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a great day to listen Sumit sir. Otherwise, after 2007, it is very hard to listen him on the screen as a mentor. Because in 2017 itself, he got his UPSC qualified and he has started his job. And now, just beginning with this today virtual book launch. See, we are having notes with us, and the notes basically the notes were prepared by sir only. And when I qualified my exam, sir was like that year, sir couldn't continue further Ascendance Academy. So sir gave me a responsibility that Geeta, you have got some writing skills, and if you can just work on these notes, and then things can work out. So what happened is that time sir was having his training in Mumbai for 3 months. He was here, so sir was going for training, and we were like working together. I used to prepare whatever from my mind, and sir used to proofread. Sir used to add on his knowledge. So this is how we both have compiled, and that was the basic stage. After that, we have got all the faculty members at Ascendance. They have also worked together along with us on these notes. But unfortunately, today we are not able to have Sumit sir's name on the book cover because his job may not allow, because he is a government bureaucratic and he is working in such a great department in India. I can't just even, if you can recognize from the logo at the back where he's sitting, if you can recognize, you can make out he is working in this department. So not wasting much time, let me begin with this. Before talking about the notes which are there at Ascendance, first we need to understand why reading from a book is important for the brain. As we all know that we have got certain domains in our brain, right? There are major sections in our brain, and the book reading activates all the brain's major domains. So reading from the book will strengthen all of your skills. The basic skills which I have mentioned here is language, definitely. Though net will not require a language from you, but yes, as I have always been telling you, that sometimes if you don't know the concept, you can just use the power of language to understand and crack the correct answer. So language will be improved. Selective attention, sustained attention, that is a longer duration attention. Your cognition, your mental abilities will increase definitely from reading a book, and even your imagination power increases. These all things strengthen
only when you read a book. Okay. Now there is one more thing which I want to tell you. What is being observed by us at Ascendance as a student, even as a mentor, what I feel that there are so many minutes in a day. We do have so many minutes to do so many things also that are educational and good for brain. And if that time is spent clicking on the hyperlinks, you just keep on scrolling on www dot and you just click on some links and you surf the web and you try to get some material. But that is actually not the right way. That actually wastes your more time. Just clicking on some links, surfing on the web, and you're not spending time on reading the book. Your brain will become more poor. Why? The reason is your book will give you all these strengths, but just simply scrolling by the links and surfing the web, it is not going to help you. So you need to have something very much organized with you in your hand. That is something called as a book. A book is something which is very handy, but these things might be very much handy than the book, but they cannot replace the book. So it is better for any studies in your life, you should settle at the book, right? That is the beginning I want to tell. Now, coming to the next one, we at Ascendance, we are having the ultimate guide to take the exam, that is the NTA UGC NetFed JRF exam. And this is a very proud moment as Ascendance. We are having this, see, we were having the notes, but this is the official book launch we are doing. So this is the cover page of our first book. We are having mainly two books. One is for commerce and one is for management. Though this is written by many other teachers and mainly by me and Sumit sir. Unfortunately, I cannot put his name. I put, but sir said, please Geeta remove. Maybe his office will not allow. So this is mainly the team Ascendance which has written the book. So this is the commerce book. And this book is having the two highlights of this book. I will not speak much on this book. The main highlights of this book is detailed and updated syllabus content and the previous year questions which are there unit wise. From the year 2011 to December 2019, we are having for each and every unit compiled here. Now, this is again for management. We are having another book wherein the common units of commerce and management are there, and the additional units of management also are included in this. So these are the two books which are available at Ascendance, one for commerce and one for management. Now, as I told you, the main highlights of these two books are both the books have the content which is detailed and updated as per the new syllabus, and both the books are having respectively their previous year questions from 2011 to 2019. Now, when I say 2019, it includes December 2019 papers as well. Papers means the questions which are compiled subject wise, because we believe because we are being trained under sir that way, that whenever you solve the questions, don't solve the whole paper at all. You have to go through the subject wise and try to understand what is the scope of that particular subject. So once you read those things, once you read the questions subject wise, you will get the thorough idea that which are the topics which I have to cover for the exam. Shika ma'am, please mute. Yeah. We have with us sir's wife, Shika. She's a very good friend of mine and she is my mentor's wife. So it was really a great privilege to call upon her as well. So we'll just have a word with her later. Now, coming to the main agenda for the day, because everybody is more interested in what is the price for these books, for the notes and everything. Since as I have been telling you that the notes which we are having at Ascendance, they are almost around more than 1,000 pages. I would say almost 1,200 to 300 pages, and including the previous year questions also. So these books are actually smarter and they are cheaper. Don't go on 5,500. They are still cheaper because the worth of this book is more than this. So these two guides, they are smarter and cheaper than all other study materials available in the market. And we are having the special combo offer launch, which is specially for the crash course students, those who have joined us. The combo offer is 5,500. That is a combo. Combo means if you want to purchase commerce and management both, it will cost you 5,500 rupees. And apart from that, we are having some more offers for you. If you want to purchase only one, maybe commerce or maybe management, the cost would be 4,500. It is clearly mentioned. Please clearly mention so that I don't get any personal messages. I'm just trying to make it very clear here. If you want to purchase either one of the two books, it will cost you 4,500. And there is also, we are also having the privilege that if students don't want to purchase all the units of say commerce or maybe management, some students they feel only they want some statistics or maybe accounts, maybe finance, maybe only marketing and HR, whatever books they want, we can give them that also. But for that condition is you need to have an order, you need to place an order for minimum 2 units. Minimum 2 units are required, otherwise it will be difficult for us to send you the notes. And there is another provision that if you don't want to purchase notes, that is absolutely fine. But if you are interested in purchasing the previous year questions, which are compiled at Ascendant subject wise, then the cost for that particular previous year, one, only commerce, it will be 500. If you want commerce and management both, it will be 1,000 rupees. So per subject, if you want question paper, that is the questions or the MCQs which are the solved ones, so that would cost you rupees 500. Now, just giving the overall idea about these offers for the crash course students mainly. This is a special combo offer for commerce and management. You can purchase both the books at rupees 5,500. If you want to purchase only one, either commerce or management, then it would be 4,500. And only 2 units. If you want to purchase 4 units, it will be 2,000. Minimum 2 units, that would be 1,000 rupees. And only unit-wise questions per subject, it would be 500 rupees. So the offers and the choices are in front of you. You can make your, you can just make a choice whether you wish to purchase or not. I'm just offering you here because I have been repeatedly getting messages from day one. Now, another more details, just 2-3 details I want to tell you about. As per our company policy at Ascendance Academy, we only deliver hard copies of the guides. Only hard copies will be provided at your postal address. And there won't be any sale of the soft copies or the digital version of the guides so far. But in future, maybe after 2 months or 3 months, we are just planning to come up with ebook also. But the preparation will take little time. But we believe, as we believe in a book, so I believe in hard copy. So hard copy will be provided. Once you make the payment, once the booking is done and your payment is done, in 15 days time, we can send the books at your postal address. No doubt in this lockdown situation, things are not in our hand, but still postal services are working and I have been delivering the books as well. And there is an offer for you. If you book before 30th of June, today is 21st June, 20th June, and if you book before 30th June, this offer will be valid because from 1st July, we will be revising the prices as well. And here, one thing also, I'm very clear that once you place the order, there won't be any refund for your, can anyone please mute? Sandeep sir, please mute. Sandeep sir, please mute. Sandeep sir. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So there won't be any refunds once the book is placed or once the order is placed. And to place the order, you will have to contact me. This is my WhatsApp number and this is my calling number. You can connect with me anytime whenever you feel so. So this was all about the book. And apart from book, I have got this last thing to end up this book launch event. I am really very much thankful to you all people for being here. Thank you to everybody. And if you want to see the sample of our notes, we will not be sending you on the WhatsApp. We have our dedicated website, which I've already been talking about. So just I'll take a 1 minute tour to our website. This is the homepage. Here, Mr. Sumit Vats, the founder of Ascendance Academy, and that is me, mentor coordinator at Ascendance Academy. And there are some other faculty members also with us, and you all have gone through their teaching. So this is the dedicated section which is for the study material, commerce and management. So you can just go and you can read. There are almost 50 to 60 pages in each section we have uploaded. So you can have the idea. And already in this crash course, I have told you that whatever the PPTs we have been making, they are mainly from our notes only. right? So you have already got the idea that at least a gist of what is there in our notes. If you appreciate the PPT, you will definitely appreciate our notes as well. Now, just on an ending note, as my protocol, or I would say a habit of ending my session every time, this is today, since it is a book launch, it is all about reading. And don't think that this has already been made by me yesterday only, and you have already heard these things from sir's side, because I'm the result of sir only, because he has taught me. So we have always in our mind whatever he has taught us. And we used to have sessions in the morning around 4:30. So that is the time where we were so very fresh in the morning. We will never forget what he has taught to us for our whole life. So just talking about reading, why reading is important. So there are few things I have just listed down. Please have a look and read to know more. Because whenever we do anything in our life, we need to have a logical reason. We need to have certain base over doing things, be it anything. Just if you're walking out of home also, there is a base, there is a reason why you're going out. So in that similar manner, if you know why you want to read, why you should read, you will definitely read. But if you don't know why to read, you will never read. So from my side, it is read to know more. Read at a quiet place, because it's very important. You cannot just simply sit and read anywhere. Reading in a train or reading while traveling is not that reading. That's a pleasure wala reading. And for our net exam, we don't want the pleasure reading, right? Read louder at least thrice, as already mentioned by sir, because this is trial and tested. As I have been always telling you in the class also, because it was always told by our mentor to read at least 3 times. One, we used to listen him in the lecture, and apart from that, we used to read at least 3 times, so that whatever he has taught will remain in our mind. And that is really trial and tested. It used to remain, and it is still there in our mind. So reading has to be like that, and read in a routine manner. It is not like when I'll get time, I'll read. No, there has to be a dedicated time for your reading. At least I followed all these things which my mentor told me. Because I followed, I achieved. In the similar manner, if you also follow, definitely you are going to achieve. As rightly said by sir, it is not at all difficult to qualify this exam. Not at all. So read it in a routine manner. How routine you have for a sleep, for your dinner, for your lunch, in the similar manner, have routine for your studies as well. Because nobody can replace you. It is only you who has to put an effort. Read to remember. Just don't read for the sake of reading. Read to remember. Read in between the lines to recall. Many times it happens. We just skip the lines and we just scroll back. That is not going to help you, because exam, the questions, they come from between the lines, and they are very important. Mainly, I would not say the opening line or the closing line. I always believe in between lines. So that will help you to understand the questions to be asked in exam. Read to expand your knowledge horizon. Read to rise above the ordinary. Ordinary person, I don't think so anybody wants to remain ordinary. Everybody wants to rise in life and be unique. The name of our institute is Ascendance. If you see the dictionary meaning of ascendance, itself is rising. You don't have to stop yourself. You have to just keep on growing in your life as many as ways possible. I'm not saying only in your this career, but whatever you do, you try to rise in your life and be extraordinary. Because there are ordinary people, there are lot many people ordinary. But we have to rise and be above than those ordinary people. Read to reach your goal, because your goal is to qualify the exam. Don't read just because you want to teach in the class. Sorry. When you want to teach in the class, do different kind of study. But if you want to qualify the exam and you want to do the reading, that reading would have a different perspective only. Just read to achieve your goal. Read that much which is being asked in exam. Don't go for very thorough reading. As rightly said by sir also, don't try to cover all 100% syllabus. You cannot achieve that. If you have the capability, it is good. But if you don't have, don't try to do that. Find out your strengths, find out your weaknesses, and work upon it. Like personally, I would tell you, I never did 3 units of paper 1. I never studied. I never studied reasoning, mathematical, that is mathematical reasoning, logical reasoning, data interpretation. I never knew these topics. Never, never. But still I qualified. If I talk about my paper 2, I was very weak at accounts. I was very weak at finance. Sir used to call me on a normal call, Pita, please attend the class. Class is going on. I was like so stubborn, sir. मुझे कुछ समझता नहीं है. I will not attend. I will not waste my time. So that was like still I worked upon my strong areas and we could achieve that. If I would have been good in paper one other topics, I would have really qualified JRF, which always my mentor wanted. But I was never keen because I was already MPhil. So I knew that I cannot do these topics. So I just gave up on that JRF. Then talking about reader, there are different people, there are different kinds of reader. Some people they just read for pleasure, some people read for some or the other reason. I believe you be a copious reader. Copious reader means here you want to read abundant, read as much as I've always been telling you. If you read 50 pages, don't think that you are going to remember 50 pages. Out of those 50 pages, with your kind of reading, you may only remember 20 pages. So the more you read, the more you remember. So read abundant, read large amount of things to crack any competitive exam. It is really, net is very easy. But if you talk about UPSC and IAS, what are these people doing? They only read and read and read. Even when they take up newspaper, people like you and me, those who are not aspirants like IAS or maybe UPSC, we may just take up the paper, Mumbai Mirror padenge, kya kya acha hai, we finish. That is why we are here today. But the people, those who are really achieving the competitive exam, they are cracking, they are a different kind of reader. And I personally believe, looking at my mentor and other people also in life, they are the copious reader. That means they read a lot and lot and all. Always they carry a book in with them, always. And today with the, even in the generation of e-book and all, I have seen these people, they carry the hard copy only. So that's the reason our mentor has very clearly mentioned that, Geeta, we are only going to give the hard copy to the student. Because book has got its own value in our life. Book has its own worth in our life. There are many things to do. I can really talk on about importance of writing. Today, how I have told about you importance of reading, but in the similar manner, we can have importance of writing because I believe in writing. Writing really helps you to learn things. So once you write, you remember forever. That is really trial and tested. So here, I just end up all these things on just formally I end this event of a virtual book launch. And I would just like to see all the teachers are also there. I mean, all the faculty members. We have Fatima Vapiwala with us. You have already been knowing, and she is JRF qualified. She is the first student. First student means from the time I have taken the responsibility of ascendance, she is the first student to qualify, and she has qualified her exam. She has really qualified as JRF, and I am really working very, very hard to get her JRF scholarship also here in Mumbai itself. And for to do her JRF, really, she has just quit her job also. I told her not to do, but she followed just instinct that no, ma'am, whatever I will do my best. And you know, now with this qualification of JRF, if she goes for her fellowship, she will be getting 35,000 in a month. So what is the point of doing a job when she is learning and earning? So this is what it is. So she is an example, and really she has made us proud. And she only purchased the notes from us. She was not the student at Ascendance, but I'm very much privileged to have her as a faculty at Ascendance. It's really a proud moment to have Fatima ma'am. And there are other people also at Ascendance. Today they have not joined, though they were invited, but might be busy or something like that. So here I just end up this virtual book launch. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Fatima ma'am. Thank you, Sumit sir. And we have Shikha Bakshi ma'am. She is Sumit sir's wife. Can I just have madam?
Hi.
Hi, hi ma'am. Just I think you were a little late. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are amazing, and I think I just want to tell everyone that guys, whatever it is, just grab, because she's been working hard, day and night. I've seen her, Sumit talking to her, she calling Sumit calling her. So I have seen the kind of hard work she's doing. So just grab whatever she's offering. I'm telling you, that's the thing I can say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's really a great privilege to have all the people here. Directly or indirectly, they are like really helping to grow Ascendance. Directly or indirectly. Madam is not from our background in net set and all, but she is also working in a school and I really have no idea about the school. It's a government school only, and she's really working very hard in her area. Everybody is like best here, so we are trying to give the best. And here we just end our virtual book launch. And thank you so much, everybody. For any queries, you can get in touch with me. And now we just end up this, and we'll begin with business ethics. We'll just begin with the business ethics. That is the syllabus, and that's a new topic for the day. And that topic is for the management students, right? So thank you so much, everybody. I'll just pause my sharing for a moment, and then we'll begin. Thank you, Sandeep sir. Thank you, Panchal sir. We'll just begin the session. What we'll do, we'll just take a break of 10 minutes, and then we'll start again with management. That is business ethics, right? We'll just take a break, and then at a stretch we will be studying for this particularly.